Previously on Texas Car Dads.
My name is Hassane. The style. So I asked him to do a
That's
racing.
very cool.
So actually, this is the gallery. This teen Viper. That's the last year made.
Yep.
GTC.
Okay, so this one, this is awesome.
One of six.
Yeah.
This is actually number 6 of 6. Daytona Coupe 350 R Heritage. This is the 2018 Demon number, I want to say 27. This is a 1953 Munz Jet.
Last week, I showed you the biggest collection this channel has ever seen. Signed Shelbys, a Daytona Coupe Tribute, a GT350R with 7 miles on the clock, and a car that most of us have never even heard of. And that was only half of it. Welcome back to Texas Car Dad. Welcome back. This is part 2 of the Mikorato collection tour with my friend Hassane. Engineer, entrepreneur, and the guy who built an app because a spreadsheet just couldn't keep up with all of it. If you missed part 1, the link's in the description. Go watch it. And for everybody else, you already know why you're here.
So this is a Challenger. It's a 70.
Okay.
Challenger, again, full restoration. Funny enough, both of these cars I took out. So again, every day,
Yeah.
I'm like, no matter where I'm going, I'm gonna go. It's as easy as unplugging, hauling out, then back in when I get back. But those are beautiful builds. But more importantly, I mean, it's a beautiful time era for these cars. You know, you got the Mustangs, you got the Camaros, you got the Challengers, you got the Chargers.
Yeah.
This is when a lot
This
of
was
muscle cars
the
were.
glory days of American muscle.
That's
was
right.
in that 4 or 5 years.
Everybody was pushing for
Yeah.
that more horsepower, bigger engine, bigger block, more options. So it's great to have these in the collection, just so I can relive it my way. This is a Ford LTD.
Oh.
Convertible. So people tell me, why is this car
Why not?
in this collection? So the funny story, so I have family in Southern California, in Orange County, and I was visiting probably 15 years ago or so now. And this car was parked at the neighbor's house. So I walk over there. Her name was Joy, very nice lady. I said, Joy, do you want to sell your car?
Yeah.
She said, no, I still drive it.
Okay.
So I'm not ready to sell. I said, well, if you ever want to sell it, call me. Fast forward, it was probably 10 years later.
Yeah.
I got this call, and Joy's ready to sell her car.
Okay.
Do I still want it?
Absolutely.
I didn't even look at the car. I'm like, you know what, the fact that she remembered.
Yeah.
2, she called me. I was like, just put it. So I sent a tow truck or a hauler and brought it here. Redid the whole interior, redid the top, redid the plumbing. But I kept the body exactly as it is.
so
So it runs great, feels great, and it looks like it went through its life.
Yeah.
Which is the great part about it. That's why I'm keeping it.
And you talk about that. There's probably no car better, even in this collection, that you throw the top down on a really nice day and just go cruise.
Exactly, and it feels like a boat.
Yeah.
Which is so smooth. This is a 53 Dodge B, Model B. So this was in California. Jennifer is in California, and this was a feed and hay store.
That's awesome.
And the gentleman that owned it passed away, and the kids wanted to sell it.
Yeah.
But it was such an iconic car for the city
Right.
of Danville. So Jennifer calls me. She's like, remember that green truck that you always looked at? I said, yeah. He's like, they're selling it. We can't let it go somewhere and somebody, restores it and removes it. I said, yep, fine. Well, I'll get it. So we got it just to keep that history going, and it still has the door logo.
Oh, that's awesome.
The hay and feed of Danville. So that's the story behind that one. Get it
Now,
out
was
of
it
here.
things like that that made you create the app just so you can put those kinds of notes in there?
It's that, it's the history, you know, all the story I tell you. Whenever I'm hosting, whenever people ask me about my car, I tell the story.
Yeah.
I said, well, why don't I just record the story and keep it? But more importantly, when I'm driving, you know, the app keeps my title, my insurance, my registration, everything is in the app. More importantly, it's the maintenance.
Yeah.
So I catalog everything. Although I don't consider myself like, people say, oh, it's a good investment. And Jennifer will tell you, it's only an investment if you sell it. Which
Right.
I haven't sold a single car since
Right.
I started collecting. But I keep track of everything just so I remember, you know, how long was it and what type of battery did I put the last time? You know, was
Right.
it 2-3 years? More importantly, what people fail to pay attention to is the tires.
Yeah.
Although you're not driving, the tires do age.
They age.
And then it's dangerous when you drive it. So knowing when I got the tire, what tire. So all of that is in the app. It's kind of the safety, record keeping, history, maintenance. And in the future, if I ever sell a car, imagine you have the app, I have the app, you're interested in the car.
Yeah.
I just transfer the whole record to you, and then from that day on,
That's
you
so
have
cool.
the history,
Yeah.
and then you move forward. So the two Broncos, you know, the first question people ask me about this is, oh, does it have a lift kit? This is actually a Bronco Ranger. That's a 76 Ranger, so they came with the big wheels. And the way you know if it's a resto mod or not is the fender on the back. It's a
Right.
flat. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not cut.
Yeah, they didn't arc them.
So a lot of people arc the back to put bigger wheels.
Right.
So these are all original 302 Ranger. This is an automatic, and this is a manual, 3-speed manual, 3 on the tree also. Beautiful cars, beautiful build, all original. Just again, I love the new Broncos. Also, they kept kind of the look of the old Broncos, so I appreciate that. But nothing beats a classic. This is the oldest car I own. That's a 1925 Ford Model TT.
That's awesome.
Is kind of the top of what engineering was.
Right.
I mean, you're talking 1925. You got the wood
spokes.
I love to tell this story. So this is a
That's a
mercury thermometer.
Yeah, which is basically your temperature gauge.
That's your temperature gauge. So when it goes up, now the driver doesn't see the whole thing.
Right.
They only see from out of that hole.
Yeah.
So when they see the mercury
It's
in the
too
hole,
late.
it's too hot.
Yeah.
So that's one of the best parts of the car, of course, just a classic, the lantern style, the headlight. I mean, the car is just a mint.
All right, so speaking of artwork.
So this is a 1931 Ford Model A boat tail.
Yes.
So race car era. So the Model A, the throttle is by hand.
Right.
And this is a manual. So the hand, foot, eye coordination is more challenging than driving the car. So think about it, you got a throttle,
Yeah.
shift,
Throttle
throttle
back.
again.
Yep.
A lot of fun. You know, I take this out.
And a transmission with no synchros either.
So I took it out. I have a radiator leak. That's why you see the professional Home Depot bucket under it.
That's expert grade right there.
So I have to just get it either a new one or just weld the car, you know, when they get old. And what I did, that was my prior project. I added little modern lights and brake light, reverse light, and signal lights.
Yeah.
So I can drive it on the road.
Nice.
These were just decorative. So I had to add these. So now I can actually drive it on the road safely, especially for the people behind me with the signal. So now it's street legal. I mean, the work, this is all handmade. The wood work in there, you know, the seat, the wooden seat, the rolled steering wheel. This is just, again, a piece of art more than a car, but a piece of art you can drive. I remember I lived in Detroit when this came out.
Yeah.
And way younger, I thought this is the most futuristic car I've ever seen. You know, open wheel for a street car.
Right.
And it stuck.
Yeah.
So when I saw one coming out with the provenance that this has, I couldn't pass.
Yeah.
But just so you know, you're talking about potentially getting, it is an awful field of view.
I have driven the car I'm talking about in particular. I have driven it.
You can't see anything from this point on.
So all right, so a funny story with that. The car I was talking about, I have driven it a few times, and one of the times I went, Jason also has a Gen 2 Viper, and he wanted to bring both cars to a car show, and he's like, "Hey, will you take the Prowler?" And I was like, "Sure." So we get there, and I am being guided in because the car, they want to feature the cars up front, so I'm being guided in, and I can't see any of this. So I'm watching, I'm waiting for the guy to stop me, and I feel the front of the car go up and then come right back down, and I stop. I'm like, "What was that?" And he looks down, and he's like, "Oh, you went over the divider." And because it is an open wheel car, we actually got it out of there by straddling the divider in between the wheel and the fender, right up under the lower control arm, and got it off of that. And I got out, I was like, "You need to go find something to do because I'm going to hurt you."
Yeah.
Z28.
This is a Z28 Anniversary Edition. And this one, the Kia, it has 1,500 miles on it.
Wow.
Actually, it's funny.
I don't think I've ever seen one of these with that low mileage.
Jennifer took this out a couple of weeks ago when she was here, and she's like, "I love this car." So it's a great car, great shape, low mileage, just a fun car to drive, and it looks great.
Yeah.
Again.
And these are becoming very, very popular again, especially with more folks jumping on the LS swap wagon. Like, you can make this into a really fast car with more modern engine in it.
And it has, which I didn't realize until we took it out, it has the electric trunk. Mm-hmm. So back in the day, that's where it started. So those were the options that we now don't appreciate anymore. This is the Bandit.
Oh yeah.
So
it's like the DeLorean. If you're going to have a collection, you got to have one of these.
So the thing about this, back to the history, so Burt Reynolds was the prior owner
of this one in particular. Oh wow.
So I have the title, and he signed the glove compartment.
Oh, that's awesome.
And of course, you can see the antenna. It does have a CB radio in it.
That's even better.
So it's an 8.2 TA. Again, great car. A lot of fun.
When me and my wife first met, she had never seen Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, right.
And she grew up in Atlanta. I was like, "How did you not see Smokey and the Bandit?"
Pace car, Indy 500, pace car, 78.
Love the
Corvette.
paint schemes on these.
So historic, that's a 78. It was the pace car. So that's how they kind of promoted. Mm-hmm. I think this year it's the ZR1X. That's the pace car at the Indy. So I love the introducing new models using the Indy 500 pace car theme.
This was out of all the C3s. This was definitely the most, in my opinion, the most iconic paint scheme. If you can get it.
I love that paint scheme. You know, the red pinstripe, the gray, the black. It just looks great. 68 427.
Beautiful.
Again, you know, this whole era with the front is just great. Obviously, I like the prior ones, but this just looks. This is where they started trying to compete with, you know, the Camaros and the Mustangs and so on. And again, they did a good job going from a classic, which are the last two we'll go through, but very nice stance. And I love the color.
Oh yeah, the color is amazing.
Yeah. So this is a hardtop convertible and a soft top convertible.
Nice.
So it's a dual option vehicle, which is nice. This is a 57 Corvette. A lot of really cool fuel. It's a fuel injected, so it's a fuelie. And because it's such a big deal, they actually put fuel injection because it was a unique.
57, yeah, that's...
exactly. So great car to drive. Very tight. These big steering wheels that they put in the 50s. The same thing in the T-Bird. It's like you have to drive with kind of your knees apart to be able to get in, but gets a lot of looks. I mean, talking about another classic, this 57 T-Bird. Again, I mean, obviously the chrome, big bumper, fins in the back. This has the wide bumper for the wheel and the spare tire in the back. Again, 57 hardtop convertible. Take the top off. A lot fun car to drive. This is a good go get a cup of coffee at Mozart's or something.
Oh yeah.
Park at the lakeside and just sip on a cup of coffee. And then you got the 24 Mark IV.
The race car.
A race car, which I have not raced yet, but have all intent to do that.
Well, maybe not this one in particular, but this is a Nürburgring
That's right.
record-holding car.
615. But I will be driving. So this one is. It's funny. I bought it. I ordered it before I had the app, and the beauty of it was black and gold, which is kind of the same theme as the app. So it worked out very well.
I love the black and gold. It's very what was the Apex GP from the F1 movie.
Well, that's the thing. They offered the package for the custom livery, so you work with them on the design of it.
Yeah.
And they were very accommodating because it's pretty complex, kind of as you get to some of the lines. And of course, you can't have one of these without. So I got the matching shoes and the matching fire suit with the gold and black.
All right, so this has been an amazing experience. I think it's easy to say, I'm in love. This is a beautiful collection. I think it's very well done, and the space is just amazing. Hassane, again, I want to thank you again for inviting us out and opening up your doors for us to come hang out for a little bit. Everybody, as always, I appreciate you tuning into these videos. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you next time.